Join me, everyone. Let's catch the wave on Arirang Radio. All right, everyone. I really hope you're ready. We're here for Catch the Wave, and it's now time for K-Talk with 현우 선생님.
안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everybody.
안녕하세요, 현우 선생님. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm excited to be here, and we're here to teach some expressions to our listeners. So that's
right.
going to be fun, of course. I know we have many people listening to our program who love Korean culture, who would like to learn more about Korea, but also people who are learning Korean language.
Exactly. And also, since it's my first appearance this year, I would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요, everybody.
That's right. 새해 복 많이
I'm
받으세요.
Sure you already said this many times.
Yeah, I did. I did. But it's good to remind our listeners. So maybe we can start with that expression. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. So that's what you will hear all the time here in Korea. The first few weeks of the year.
Yes, actually, really the first few weeks of the year, because we have the Lunar New Year coming up, and then people also say those expressions around the Lunar New Year. Luckily, this year the Lunar New Year falls at the end of January.
That's right.
Not like in the middle of February, so you only have to hear it like for 1 month.
That's very true.
Yeah, so 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복, you too. A lot of projects. I'm sure you're going to have a busy year, but we'll try to make it fun and entertaining for your viewers, the people who like to learn Korean with your website, but also people who listen to Catch the Wave. And we'll continue our little collaboration all throughout the year. If you listeners have any questions for 현우 선생님 or for me or for us, send us your comments, arirangradio.com, and also on Facebook, Catch the Wave. Do you have any big resolutions for the new year, Hyunwoo?
Resolutions. Since I am becoming a father this year in May, in about 4 months, I think my biggest resolution, the most important one, is to become a cool dad. You know?
Yeah. Is it a girl or a son?
It's
Do you know?
Son. So, yeah, we started looking for like really cool boy names in Korean, and
boy names.
Yes, and we're actually considering your name as one of the candidates.
Why my name?
I don't know, because it's
Adria.
No, not your Korean
Adrian.
name.
Oh, my Korean name, Jun.
Yeah, we like that name.
No, I like Jun because it's very simple. Actually, it's simple, and it's also Korean, but also easy for foreigners to pronounce.
Yes, it's international enough. So it's one of like maybe 5 names that we're considering. So
interesting.
We'll see.
My cousin, his name is Hwan, Yi Hwan. No, our last name is Lee, right? So Yi Hwan, my cousin, she's a girl. Her name is Yi Rin.
Oh, okay. There's all like one letter names.
Yeah, one syllable names. And my younger sister, her name is Yi Yun. So all one syllable. Easy for the international crowd.
Exactly.
That's right. Okay.
So, I'll keep you updated.
Sure. Let us know.
Yeah. And as usual, I've brought a very interesting Korean expression to introduce on the show, and that is this. 튕기다.
Uh-oh.
튕기다.
I'll show the little drawing to the camera here.
Yeah. So 튕기다, you can actually, other than this specific context that we're talking about here, you can also hear this about like balls. Like the balls can bounce up and down.
Oh, like a basketball, for instance.
Rugby ball, like anything.
Well, rugby ball is hard to bounce. Because it's not round, but it does bounce.
Yeah, it does bounce, but like unpredictably. So 튕기다 is usually translated as to bounce. But when a person is described as to be bouncing, it means something totally different.
Yeah, we talked about romance. We talked about love relationships, celebrities coming out with... I guess publicly with their personal lives. 튕기다. So this is used when we refer to that push and pull game, right?
Yes.
밀고 당기기.
밀고 당기다. So 밀당. But 튕기다 is different from 밀당 because it's only like 밀다. It's only pushing.
Only pushing back.
Not pulling.
You're not pulling.
Yes.
튕기다.
So the definition would be if someone, usually a woman, just refuses to take something or just, does not accept something just for the sake of it, just to make the guy, try harder.
Yeah.
That is 튕기다.
튕기다.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you? Did your wife use this strategy on you, 현우, when you were dating?
Luckily not.
No.
I'm really thankful for that. So, but I do have a lot of friends who come to me and say, I'm having a hard time because of this girl who
너무 튕겨.
튕기다 all the time. 너무 튕겨.
튕겨도 너무 튕겨.
And that usually gives the guys a hard time. So please don't do
That's
that
right.
too much.
But I guess if you persevere long enough, the girls will stop 튕기다.
Yeah, my personal theory is that it usually is a result of their peers, like other girlfriends, like female friends, telling them to
You have to do it. You have to do it.
Don't take it. Like, don't accept it. Like, at the first try.
Yeah, I don't know if you have some experience when it comes to relationship, when it comes to this push and pull thing. Are you a bit like that as well? When you have a guy, let's say, approach you, are you also a little bit on the defensive side, and are you like pushing that guy away
like
in the beginning,
hiding your emotions, right?
Yeah, even if you like him, because 튕기다 is even if you like him, you can act like this, right?
Exactly. You can just pretend that you're not interested. You pretend that you don't really like
in the
person in the beginning. And guys can do the same too. Guys can
Sure.
actually act like they're not interested in this girl, and secretly they can be really like in love.
Maybe it's a strategy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Too much of anything is not good.
That's right. So that's the first expression for you. 튕기다. You can check it out on Facebook. We have a photo of 현우 선생님 and myself
That's
with these whiteboards, the expressions, their romanization as well. So look it up, and if you have more curiosities, let us know. We'll play the first song. We'll be back with the second expression after 이승철, My Love. That's right, everyone. My love, 이승철. And I was telling actually 현우 선생님 that when the music video for this song first came out, all the girls were in love.
I'm really interested in checking it out.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen the music video. If you haven't seen the music video, you can check it out. You'll probably like it. It's very romantic. It's about a guy who proposes to his girlfriend.
I see. So it's almost like a reality music video.
Kind of, yeah. It's like they're following this real couple, and you see them. So basically, the girl comes in and she has all her friends in this special place, and they follow her. And then at the end, you have the guy showing up and singing, and then 이승철 first, and then the guy comes out afterwards. So I'll let you find out. Okay, so type in 이승철, My Love. You'll see the music video.
Awesome.
All right, let's move on to the second expression here today, everyone, for Catch the Wave and for K-Talk with 현우.
And the second expression is 말 놓다.
말 놓다.
말 놓다.
말 is a horse.
No, in this case, it's 말, not 말. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 말 and 말. So if you pronounce it longer, it's 말.
말.
And that's language. And 말 is a horse.
A horse.
So 말 놓다 is to put down your language, lower your language.
Lower your language.
Yeah, so
놓다.
Yeah. If you've studied some Korean before, you know that there are different politeness levels, like several levels. There are only like a couple, I guess, a few, but sometimes it can be confusing for beginner learners.
Yeah.
And it can be confusing for Koreans too, like
Definitely.
deciding which level of formality to go with. So, 말 놓다 means to lower one's politeness level.
Yeah. So you have the formal language.
Yeah. In which you can hear yo like at the end of everything.
요 or 다. 감사합니다.
Or 고마워요, 감사해요.
Yeah. All of that is like the formal way of saying thank you or hello. And then you have, I guess, the more casual, less polite way
Yes.
of saying hello. For instance, you can say 안녕, or you can say 고마워 when you are thankful for something. You can say 고마워. You take off the 요, right?
Yes. So, for example, if you don't know something, you can say 몰라요, being polite and formal. using the 존댓말 language.
Yeah.
But you can just drop yo and then say 몰라 to people who are like around your age, younger than you, or the same age as you, or just people who are like children, you know?
Sure. 나 몰라.
Yeah, 몰라.
나 몰라. I don't know. 나 몰라.
Yes, so that is 말 놓다.
말 놓다.
And like it's really tricky for most people to determine when to start doing this.
Yeah. So like, usually they actually say it. Like let's say we meet for the first time, you and I, and then I ask you your age. So when were you born? And then you tell me, and then we're same age. Then you can say, 우리 말 놀까요?
놀까요? Or
놀까?
놀까.
놀까.
You can start from that sentence.
말 놓자.
말 놓자.
말 놓자.
You know,
let's
like
drop our language level.
Yeah, sometimes it gets really awkward when this person thinks that they can actually start doing this and the other person doesn't want to do it.
No.
So you start like this, like the first person starts 말 놓다, starts doing that by saying 말 놓을까? And then the other person says 그러기 싫은데요. I don't want to do that.
No.
And then you have to switch back to the formal language, and it's really awkward.
I guess for me also what's sometimes hard to remember is, you know, you meet someone for the first time and at the end of your conversation you say 우리 친구니까 because we're friends 말 놓자. So you say okay and then you start talking and then you meet them again 2 months later and then 다시 존댓말.
Yeah, you forget
and you start talking politely again and then the guy tells you 우리 저번에 last time 말 놓기로 했잖아요.
Yeah.
We said we were going to talk in a more casual level or language.
Exactly. So if you are sometimes having difficulty remembering which politeness level to use, always go with the
존댓말.
존댓말 polite level.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens to Korean people too. Like I never actually 말 놓다 to older guys, but I often do it to older girls.
Really?
Yeah, because I grew up with lots of nunas around me. So I feel more comfortable. But there are some girls that I never use 반말 to. Like I always use polite language. And then I sometimes make mistakes, you know. I end up talking in like informal language with them.
Not
and
good,
like,
현우 선생님.
They look at me weird.
Not good. So once again, the polite form is 존댓말, and the more casual language form is
반말.
반말, 존댓말.
Yeah, it's easy to remember because 반 means half, so it's half language.
Half language.
Shorter.
lower. 반말.
Yeah.
Okay, and 말 놓다 is the fact that you lower your language level to the casual one.
Exactly.
There you go.
To talk more comfortably.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for these two expressions, Hyunwoo. We'll wrap up the first hour of our program here today, but we'll be back in the second hour. So if you listeners have any questions for Hyunwoo 선생님 or for myself, please send them to us at arirang.radio.com. Use the message board. And also on Facebook, you can use the wall. Here we go. This is Lin, My Destiny. We'll be back. And you will find some of our previous shows, right?
That's right.
You post them on YouTube? Yeah, good. I think we're good. We're back.
Yeah. Usually, we never forget to turn on the camera because it is important to distribute the videos on YouTube as well, because there are people who cannot listen to the shows like live. So they always go to YouTube and then look up the videos. But this time we were like too absorbed in conversation, I guess.
So you can actually type in Catch the Wave on YouTube, and you will find some of the previous shows, actually many previous shows, right?
Yes. I think there are more than, I don't know. I don't even know
I can't
how
even
many.
count. But hundreds of expressions we've introduced so far.
That's right.
And you will also soon come up with a book, right?
Exactly. So we're publishing a book, Korean idiomatic expressions book, really soon. We already received all the pre-orders for this book, and we're just waiting for the book to be printed and shipped to us.
Yeah,
so
about
that we can
100 expressions?
That's right, 100 expressions, and you will, like, I can guarantee that you will love the illustrations.
The drawings.
Yes.
Fun. So fun ways to learn some Korean expressions. We'll keep you posted when the book comes out, of course.
Awesome.
Now we're going to listen to some of our listeners, and they actually sent us messages. Once again, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com is the email address if you want to send us your audio clips. We have Yudita from Bangladesh saying hello, and she says that this is something she heard when she was watching EXO's new reality show, EXO Showtime. That's basically a TV show with the members of EXO, and she found it so funny. It was said by Lei, one of the Chinese members of EXO, and this conversation was between Yixing, Lei's real name, and his Korean language teacher. And that extra in the end of the conversation was added by me.
Okay.
That's what she says. Okay, Yudita, thank you. We'll listen to your audio clip right now.
이식님, 한국어 빨리 늘리고 싶어요? 네, 성수님. 그럼 빨리 여자친구 만나요. 응?
Okay, that I was curious about that one.
Koreans actually they like to use these
Yeah, I mean
sounds.
Yeah, and that one it's somewhere between and
Yeah.
It's not like like definite and
Yeah.
it's not a definite it's
So you're on the phone with someone. Like,
Yeah.
끊어.
Yeah. My friend Carrie from Canada actually made a really funny video on YouTube describing how Koreans talk on the phone
Yeah.
and how you can actually tell whether this conversation is continuing or ending. So this person being updated on some issue or news can go like and then if becomes a little longer and that's the end of the conversation and they hang up. So
Same thing with like if you're surprised you go
and then the end of the conversation is and hang up.
It's funny.
So yeah, the conversation was very simple.
Yeah.
One thing though, pronunciation wise, I would advise you to work on your 빨리 pronunciation. Yeah, like because it sounded like 빨리.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's
빨리.
a slight difference between 빨리 and 빨리.
Okay.
Like double 비읍 and just 피읍. So shall we take a listen?
Yeah.
Like one
we
more
can
time.
listen to it once again.
Okay.
Here we go.
이식님, 한국어 빨리 늘리고 싶어요?
빨리.
네, 성수님. 그럼 빨리 여자친구 만나요. 응?
Once again, 빨리.
빨리. And what's the conversation about? What does the teacher say? What does Yixing say?
Okay, so the teacher asked, do you want to improve your Korean fast? 빨리? And then he answers, yes. And then the teacher says, then please hurry up and make a girlfriend.
Meet a Korean girlfriend.
Yes.
And she ends the conversation about
알았죠? It's like you got it, right?
You got it? 알았지?
Yeah.
Funny. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen this this reality show yet, EXO Showtime. If some of you have seen it, let us know. What did you like? What do you not like? And what's happening there? Have you seen?
No.
This show?
I know, like, in addition to EXO, I know, like, there are some, like, groups that have their own TV shows, but I haven't seen any of them. Maybe I should look them up.
Like one of the bigger ones, I don't know if it's still very famous or not, but we had Shinhwa Bangsong, for instance.
Shinhwa Bangsong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if there are many members like Shinhwa or EXO, it's always possible. Like if you have just one member, like two members,
of course, it's not going to work.
Yeah, difficult.
Okay, well, in any case, Yudita, thank you very much for your message here. You listeners can do the same. If you hear something from a drama or you see something funny in a movie, Korean movie, you can try to imitate the actors and send us your audio clips.
That's right.
Catch koreanwave@gmail.com. Now, Yudita, since your audio clip was selected, we will send you a little present.
Yes.
So you other listeners. You can also win some presents if you send us your audio clips. Send us your contact information and the address. We have a section reserved for the winners on arirangradio.com/catchthewave. Winner information. That's where you can leave us your details and we will get back to you.
Exactly.
We'll play a song, and when we come back, Hyunwoo, what are we going to do?
We're going to answer some questions sent in from our listeners.
Yep.
Catch the Wave listeners, and also Talk to Me in Korean listeners.
That's right.
Sent to us on Twitter and Facebook.
All right.
So yes.
That's a good program.
Looking forward to that.
We'll do that in just a few seconds. We have some other people also requesting XO here. We have not only Yudita, since she sent us her message, but also Shermala, Tiongsun from the Philippines. She says, I miss listening to your radio show. More power to you and Arirang Radio. And she is requesting an XO song. We'll play it for you right now. This is XO, Chut Nun, First Snow. All right, welcome back, everyone. Back on air just for you. You're catching the wave. TGIF to all the listeners around the world. I was looking at a message by Farah from Algeria saying, well, this new year, I will start studying Korean language. Because I would like to continue my studies in Korea, in university. And the message ends with a question. How is it to study here in Korea?
Well, it depends on what kind of field you're in and what kind of subject you're studying.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're learning Korean here, in like either in a language center or as a major, I guess it can be a little not easy, but relatively easy.
Okay.
Like this year because you just have to study Korean. But sometimes if you decide to major in like science or
a specific field,
linguistics. In Korean, that can be like double the work. So,
for instance, we have Jason who comes in on Saturdays. He'll be here tomorrow. He's our film expert, and we talk about movies, Korean movies with Jason. He is actually doing his PhD right now, and he's focusing on Korean movies. But all his lectures are in Korean language.
Yes,
but he's completely British, but he speaks good Korean, but it's challenging, of course, for him.
So it depends on what kind of subject you want to study in Korea. If it's just the Korean language, it might be relatively easy, I think. Yeah, but I think wherever you go, studying hard can be difficult.
Maybe we have some listeners who studied here in the past. Why don't you share your experience? How was it studying here as an exchange student or as a foreigner? Was it interesting? Was it hard? What did you like? What did you not like? You can send us some comments and we will try to forward that to Farah from Algeria, who maybe wants to come to Korea to study. Now, some of you also maybe have this on your list, learning Korean language, part of your New Year resolutions.
Of course. I think everybody has this as their New Year's resolution because...
Including me. I have to improve. Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, like any language that you're interested in, like whenever the New Year comes around, you kind of remind yourself, oh, I want to speak better this language, this year. So keep it up, everybody. Don't give up.
Yeah. Okay. Fighting to all of you.
네.
We had a message by Lenny from Indonesia. She says, well, when I sent audio clips for K-Talk, I did record it a few times. It's normal, I think. I guess you probably practice and try to send us the best audio clip. And you're not alone, teacher Hyunwoo and Adrian. You had a good pronunciation already, and how to pronounce the names, I guess. She's talking about the names. Even simple greetings on certain languages, I think you can.
I see. So I think she's referring to like what we said before. Like, sometimes it can be difficult to record something like once and be happy about it.
Definitely.
So
practice a little bit.
Yes, it does take several takes.
And I don't know, but I think Korean, or maybe I should ask you, Hyunwoo, when you read messages from foreigners who contact you, do they say that Korean language is hard to pronounce?
Well,
because French is very hard.
Yeah,
and all that.
I think it depends on what you do first. Like when you learn a language, I personally go like for the sounds first. So I just spend time like listening to these different sounds in this particular language that I want to learn for like 3 days. Like
Okay.
2 days or 3 days.
In a row.
And then like by the third day, I'm like really familiar with all the sounds. So I don't really think, oh, this language is difficult to pronounce.
Yeah.
So like, but some people like to study with books. And
Sure.
then they just study and they figure out the grammar structure and everything. But then they start listening to the sentences for the first time. And then they go like, oh, I can't even pronounce this. So if you just start by listening to some sounds first.
So maybe music, K-pop can help you.
Yeah, or like EXO Showtime.
Yeah, watching TV shows or maybe dramas or movies.
Yes.
Or all together at the same time.
Yeah. If you are familiar with the sounds, I think you will have less fear.
Yeah. And I guess subconsciously your brain will probably absorb, some of the words, some of the language, intonations.
Exactly.
And all of that.
Yeah. I think learning a new language is usually like often all about like having no fear, having no, what do you call it? Like timidness? Like,
Yeah.
So
anxiety.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to talk to people. Language is there for you to express and your feelings, but also there for you to ask questions and to have a little conversation with the people.
That's right.
Okay, and we can help you, of course, here on Catch the Wave. We have some more questions, don't we?
Yes, that's right. I got some questions on Twitter, and Grauel, I think, he's French, and he wrote, what's Koreans' opinions on foreigners working in Korea in non-teaching related fields? Do they feel like we are stealing jobs? That's a very interesting question. What do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't think that Koreans feel that they're like, being taken away.
No, because if they are hiring you, is because you can bring something that Koreans can't. Otherwise, they would probably hire a Korean person.
Exactly.
But if they hire a foreigner, it's because you have something that Koreans don't most of the time.
I see a lot of people working in shops and stuff like who are from other countries these days, like especially if you go to Hongdae, or like it's been like that for a long time in Itaewon, but if you go to Hongdae, Myeongdong or Gangnam, you can see lots of Chinese people, like Chinese speakers working in stores, because
that's true.
Like there are lots of Chinese tourists coming to Seoul.
Yeah.
And a Korean person thinking that, oh, this person took my job would be not correct, because like if this person could speak Chinese just as well, he or she would be working there. So whoever is hired, I guess they have the right skill sets.
Sure.
So nobody.
You don't have to worry.
Yeah.
If you plan on coming to Korea, and if you find a job that you like, then don't feel sorry for other Koreans. Okay.
Although the unemployment rate is high very high in Korea.
Is it very high? No.
It's not low.
Yeah, it's very high in France or in Europe.
I heard it's higher
Spain or
in Spain and France, but compared to the past, I guess in Korea it's also high.
But it's still relatively low.
I see. Yeah, compared to some other countries.
Yeah.
But I guess you don't have to really feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, but what is true, and I think it's maybe worth mentioning, is that once you graduate from college, it's sometimes very competitive to find a job, especially if you're looking for a job in these big conglomerates, in the big companies, then it's very competitive.
Yeah, I think also personally that university education makes a lot of Korean graduates feel like more ambitious, like right after graduation. So they
have
actually,
big dreams.
Yeah, want to go for like really good jobs rather than
the big companies.
Some jobs that they can actually start working on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, good luck to all the students right now. Maybe one more question.
Yes, this question comes also from Twitter by Patrix, and he or she asked, I wonder how to know whether the speaker is male or female when reading Korean like novels.
I guess you can't tell. How do you know if it's a girl or a guy?
You can't.
You can't, right?
You can't. So I know in French or Spanish or Arabic, you can like tell by the words. You know, you don't have to actually like read the whole thing. But in Korean, if you just look at the
the words you
sentences?
won't know.
No, you can't.
There's no way of telling the gender of the person with the words.
For that reason, I guess sometimes Koreans also use the words 그 and 그녀 these days. That's, I guess, the influence of English and like translation, I guess. Yeah. But other than that, within the local native Korean language, you just can't most of the time.
And sometimes also for me, since I'm not always very familiar with all the names around the world in the different cultures and countries, sometimes when I see your name on the message board, I don't know if you are a girl or if you are a guy. So maybe you can also mention that, and that will help us out, right, Hyunwoo?
Yeah. So maybe you can
sometimes we have to say he or she, right?
I'm a girl from in the Philippines or from Indonesia.
I don't know why. I think when you register yourself, they don't have that little box where you tick male or female. So I don't get to see your gender. So maybe that's also something you can add.
If you were hosting this show in Korean, Adrian, I think you wouldn't have that problem.
I wouldn't have that problem. Yes. Well, thank you very much in any case, Hyunwoo, for coming in today. I hope you had a nice time.
I did.
And I hope our listeners also were happy, and also the Talk to Me in Korean viewers or fans. Well, we'll be back next week on Friday, once again, for another edition of K-Talk. If you have any comments, questions, or audio clips you would like to send us, yes, leave them to us. Once again, audio clips, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can use arirangradio.com and the message board. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
And once again, 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
We'll play some music right now, everyone. Catch the Wave continues. This is Drunken Tiger with 윤미래 and Busy. 첫눈이 오면 설레었던 꼬마 아이. Time Travel.
Ignition sequence.